Good afternoon. Mahalo for joining us today. HHS hearing on Thursday, February 12 at 1 p.m. We are convened in room 225. I would like to, well, there's no one to introduce. This meeting is being streamed live on YouTube. In the unlikely event that we must abruptly end this hearing due to technical difficulties, the committee will reconvene to discuss any outstanding business at 1:05 p.m. Monday, February 16, room 225, and a public notice will be posted on the legislature's website. To facilitate this hearing in a timely manner, we will be enforcing a 1-minute limit on testimony. I will be reading a list of individuals who submitted written testimony for each measure. We apologize that closed captioning does not accurately transcribe the names. If you're interested in reviewing the written testimony, please go to the legislature's website. You'll find a link on the status page for the measure. We appreciate your understanding. Remind you that the committee does have your testimony, that we review them, so I encourage you to use your time either to add additional comments or you can stand on your written testimony. And like I was saying at the break, we have 20 bills today. So if you could stand on your written testimony and be concise, I will be strictly enforcing the 1-minute rule. So first up, SB 2283, relating to prescription drugs. First up, DCCA, Board of Pharmacy and Support. Comments? Okay, it says support. Thank you. Next, we have Dr. Lewin, State Health SHPTA. In support, Jack Lewin? No. Walden out. HMSA in support. Supports the intent.
Good afternoon, Chair San Buenaventura, Vice Chair McKelvey, Walden on behalf of HMSA. We see this as a measure that would benefit not just our members, but residents across the state. This measure could allow for residents to access more affordable medications and achieve better long-term health outcomes. Mail-order pharmacy offers more than just convenience. It's a proven strategy to lower costs and improve health outcomes. Our members will always have a need for retail pharmacies for acute medications, short-term prescriptions people need when they're sick or have an injury. These are medicines that can't wait, and retail pharmacies will always play an essential role in providing them quickly. But maintenance medications are different. These are long-term therapies that people depend on every day, often for life. For these prescriptions, the automatic and reliable refill process provided through mail order support better adherence, reduce gaps in therapy, and prevent avoidable hospitalizations. Thank you for the opportunity to provide testimony in support of this measure.
Thank you very much. Next, we have PCMA, Tanya Neal, in support. Tanya Neal, you're present on Zoom. Tanya, please proceed.
Yes.
1 minute.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. This is Tanya Neal, the Pharmaceutical Care Management Trade Association. We'll stand on our written testimony.
Thank you very much. Next, we have Rachel Wilkinson, Hawaii Association of Health Plans in support. Rachel, are you present?
Thank you, Chair. We stand on our written testimony support.
Thank you very much. Next, we have those who have registered Molokai drugs in opposition.
Kimberly.
Please proceed.
Okay. Good afternoon. I stand on my testimony, but I would really like to state that one of the reasons why we are heavily in opposition of this bill is that almost all of our Molokai residents have to go to one of 5 post offices to pick up their mail. Because of our small numbers, the post offices maintain very limited hours. One post office on our island is only open from Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. If you do not pick up your mail order prescriptions by Friday noon, your mail order, for example, insulin on ice, may be stored in a non-air conditioned facility for 69 hours until Monday at 9 a.m. When this happens, we almost guarantee the ice is melted since no mail comes to Molokai overnight. I'm also here for my 23 full-time and part-time employees who are taxpayers and support 102 people in their household. If a bill such as Senate Bill 2283 passes, it will cause pharmacies such as Molokai Drugs to cut hours, lay off employees, and possibly close our business. Pharmacy is a very challenging industry. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. Derek Tengan, 5-minute pharmacy in opposition. Hawaii Pharmacists Associate. Please proceed.
We oppose. I'm Derek. I'm the owner of 5-Minute Pharmacy. Carrie and I work together. We have 100 full-time employees, locations, primarily in the west side, Waipahu. Stores we had to close in the past, Nanakuli, Waimanalo, a lot of rural areas because of bills like this. People in the room here, you and I, middle class, middle upper class, mail order, I can see it working. A lot of patients we serve, poor, rural, changing addresses all the time, changing phone numbers all the time. They depend on independent pharmacies to do deliveries, face-to-face interactions with mail order. Medicines get mailed, they just sit there, and who knows if they really take it or not. We've seen it for these patients. English is their second language. It's just a challenging population outside of patients that are perhaps sitting in this room today.
Thank you very much. Next, we have Corey Sanders, Hawaii Pharmacists Association, in opposition.
Chair, Vice Chair, members of the committee, we're going to stand in strong opposition of this bill that we put in our testimony. It looks like this came up in 2013, and these provisions were enacted especially to support independent pharmacies. There's been a lot of research since 2013 that shows that mail order pharmacies aren't necessarily cheaper, and they do increase the cost of care overall. There's unintentional refills with continued refills for maintenance medications. And I do want to point out that specifically for our independents across the neighbor islands, sometimes this community pharmacy is the only touch point that they get in healthcare. At this time, other chronic disease states are found and help to be managed. They're able to get in touch with their provider. There's just more of a continuity of care when there's touch with the independent pharmacies. And a bill like this would really restrict local touch points to the independents and potentially force them out of business. So I think there's unintended consequences of this. It looks really good on paper, like it's access to care, but the downstream effects on the ability of the independents to run their businesses will ultimately be really detrimental to our neighbor island communities.
Thank you very much. Next, we have Hawaii Primary Care Association providing comments, Eric Abe, Walgreen Company, Tiffany Yajima providing comments, National Community Pharmacists Association in opposition, Joel Kurtzman, Kelly Go, Molokai Drugs Inc., also in opposition, Kevin Carter, Westside Specialty Pharmacy in opposition. We have Krizia Lugaro. Are you present on Zoom, Krizia, in opposition?
Not present on Zoom, Chair.
Okay, we also have Alec, Maria, and Rola, also in opposition. Alec, are you present on Zoom?
Also not present on Zoom, Chair. Oh,
Are they or not?
I believe no.
Okay, thank you. And we have 20 other individuals all in opposition. Anybody else wishing to testify on SB 2283? Members, any questions? Okay, seeing none, moving on. SB 2855, relating to opioid antagonists. First up, we have Insurance Division DCCA providing comments. Okay, thank you very much. Next, we have Dr. Mayor Alameda, County of Hawaii in support. Walden Al, HMSA providing comments.
Good afternoon, Walden, on behalf of HMSA. Just real briefly, medically necessary opioid antagonists are already covered by medical plans. We believe that the issue that's trying to be addressed is if at a point of sale it's recommended to pick up an opioid antagonist, that there wouldn't be a prescription. We feel that this could be an educational type fix that we can do on our back end. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next, we have Hawaii Association of Health Plans providing comments. Thank you. Nobody else having registered to testify. We have Hawaii Island Fentanyl Task Force in support. Big Island Substance Abuse Council in support. Hawaii Island Fentanyl Task Force Mitchell Tam in support. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 other individuals all in support. Anybody else wishing to testify on SB 2855? Members, any questions? Okay, moving on. SB 3045 relating to health insurance. First up, DHS in support. Meredith, are you present on Zoom? Okay.
Not present, Chair.
Okay, Hawaii State Health IC SHPTA in support. Come on up, Dr. Luan.
SHPTA, good morning, Chair, Vice Chair. Thank you. Actually, good afternoon. We stand in support. This comes up each year. We think if we're going to be consistent with what carriers on the mainland, people on insulin therapy have the right to have a continuous glucose monitor. I think you know that our SHPTA secretary tragically died of hypoglycemia after being denied a CGM several times.
Thank you very much. DCCA providing comments.
Afternoon, DCCA stands on its written testimony providing comments.
Hawaii Medical Association, Dr. Ignacio in support. American Diabetes Association in support. Hawaii Health Task Force in support. Mohala Health in support. Hilo Benioff Medical Center Foundation, Lisa Ranson support. Kaiser Permanente on comments. John Kermitz, are you present on Zoom? Or
Not
in
present,
person?
Chair.
Okay, next we have HMSA providing comments.
Good afternoon, Walden on behalf of HMSA. We appreciate the intent of the measure and we hear what the community is saying. Currently, HMSA has updated their coverage policies for CGMs. While not strictly tied to type 1 diabetes, but for injectable insulin members, that they will have access to CGMs. We also wanted to note that while there was a study that was conducted by the auditor, we have not seen that study yet this past interim. So at this time, we're still waiting for that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Next, we have Rachel Wilkinson, Hawaii Association of Health Plans, providing comments.
Thank you, Chair. We'll stand our testimony. I'll bring comments.
Hawaii Primary Care Association, providing comments. Stacy Haumea in support. Stacy, are you present on Zoom?
Not present on Zoom, Chair.
I see Kieran Polk in present on Zoom. Please proceed in support.
Aloha, Chair, Vice Chairs, members of the committee. Karen Polk. I am in support in this as an individual, and I just want to clarify that, not as a part of my agency or organization. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Michael Older in support. Melanie Craddock in support. Anybody else wishing to testify on SB 3045? Members, any questions? Okay, I do. HMSA, come on up. My understanding is that it's already being provided, and if so, why can't we just pass this and ensure continuous?
Sorry, 1 second, Senator. So right now, it's provided for members that are on injectable insulin. But if the bill is passed, it would cover type 2.
Type 2 also.
And there is a question of the acute need and the supply that if available to everyone, the people who need it the most, which are typically the type 1 diabetic that has the injectable insulin, may not have access to it on a constraint or a strained supply stream.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anybody else? Okay, moving on. SB 2843. First up, relating to domestic violence. First up, we have Darcia Forster in support.
Aloha. Today I'm testifying in my capacity as the supervisor of the Family Court Division at the Office of the Public Defender. We strongly support extending the pilot program for our domestic violence misdemeanor cases that is currently in effect. We believe it has made a significant impact on reducing backlogs and getting the 8th floor, which basically to run smoothly. We really don't have dysfunctional backlog. Things are moving, trials are happening, but definitely at a lower level than we did in the past. And it's my opinion that the calendars are really efficient. I really also just want to separately say that we strongly oppose Senate Bill 2254 and House Bill 2087. I know, but those talk about getting rid of the deferral.
I understand.
Yeah.
That's
Thank
not being
you.
heard.
Okay.
Okay. Next up, we have Hawaii State Commission on Status of Women in support.
Yes, I stand on my written testimony. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Crime Victim Compensation Commission in support. Maui County Department of Prosecuting Attorney in support. County of Hawaii Office of Prosecuting Attorney in support. Rainbow Family 808 in support. Marnessa Rhea in support. Marnessa, are you present?
Yes, I stand on my written testimony.
Thank you very much. Dennis Dunn in support. Dennis, are you present on Zoom?
Not present on Zoom, Chair.
Okay, next we have Mina Burden in support, Tanya Puri in support, Judith Mills Wong in support, Georgette Yandel in support, Annalisa Wolf, Hawaii County Prosecuting Office in support. Are you present on Zoom, Annalisa?
I am.
Annalise, sorry. Please proceed. You have 1 minute.
Thank you. Good afternoon, committee. Yes, as a prosecutor for the County of Hawaii, I prosecute a great number of the domestic violence cases, and our office strongly supports continuing the deferrals for abuse charges. They are some of the most useful tools in providing a resolution to a case both quickly and also making sure that we have somebody marked appropriately with an abuse charge So it does credit to the actions that actually occurred. We also support continuing the petty misdemeanor offense, including the one for coercive control. Although it is a petty misdemeanor, it is not necessarily charged often alone, but it is charged as part of big picture felony cases where you need to paint an entire picture of the domestic violence that occurs throughout a relationship. And we have successfully used it to do so. So we urge you to support SB 2843. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And by the way, it is gratifying to know that Hawaii County Office of the Prosecuting Attorney supports this, because when I first pursued this 5 years ago, I was attacked by the Hawaii County Prosecuting Attorney's Office. So thank you for your change of mind. Okay, anybody else wishing to testify in SB 2843? Okay, members, any questions? Okay, moving on. Next up, SB 2845. Oh, my goodness, lots of testimony. Relating to healthcare. First up, Tricia Nakamatsu, Deputy AG, providing comments. Tricia, oh, you're not Tricia.
But I'm here on behalf of the Department of the Attorney General. Lauren Chun, Deputy Attorney General. Good afternoon, Chair and Vice Chair. The department submitted comments on this bill. The comments were intended to address and correct potential First Amendment issues, and also to provide some clarifying amendments. I am available for any questions.
Okay, thank you very much. Next, we have Department of Health providing comments. Okay, next we have Jack Lewin in support.
Chair and Vice Chair, we stand on our written testimony.
Okay, thank you. Hawaii Commission on Status of Women in support.
Yes, thank you. We stand on our written testimony.
Hoku Pak in support. Okay, Hawaii State LGBTQ Commission in support. Are you present? I see Michael Galoyo Jr. Please proceed.
Oh no, I'm here on behalf of Pride at Work. Sorry.
Okay, sorry. Okay. Is Sandy Livingston present on Zoom?
Not present, Chair.
Okay, Hoku Pak in support. You already said it. You're in Pride at Work. I see you now. Mike Galoyo, please proceed. You have 1 minute in support.
Good afternoon, Michael Gloy Jr., he, him pronouns, President of Pride at Work Hawaii. We stand in strong support of this bill. We know the hour is late. So it's just a sad state of affairs that we actually need this bill. Being able to go to see a doctor without being harassed, physically assaulted, or berated is a human right. So we encourage you to pass this bill, protect people just trying to seek health care. Mahalo.
Okay, thank you very much. Next, we have Hawaii Healthcare Association of Hawaii in support, Hawaii Primary Care Association support, Indivisible Hawaii Healthcare Team in support, AAUW in support, Stonewall Caucus, Democratic Party of Hawaii in support, Hawaii Women Lawyers in support, Visibility Brigade Honolulu in support, Indivisible Leeward Oahu in support, Planned Parenthood Alliance Advocates in support, ACOG, American College of Obstetrics and Gynecology Hawaii Section in support, Hawaii Nurse Association Local 50 in support, Hawaii Family Forum in opposition. Next, we have Marnessa Rea. Are you present? In support. Thank you very much. Michael Lopez in support. Michael, are you present on Zoom?
Present, Chair.
Please proceed. You have 1 minute.
Aloha, Chair. Aloha, Vice Chair, members of the committee. My name is Michael Lopez, and I'm a student in the UH Manoa Bachelor's Social Work Program, and I'm testifying in favor of Bill SB 2845. Bill SB 2845 protects access to healthcare by prohibiting intentional or reckless interference with healthcare facilities, including blocking entrances, making disruptive noise, trespassing, or threatening patients and staff. It establishes consequences for repeat offenses and allows individuals and facilities to seek legal relief for harm caused while still preserving the right to lawful labor demonstrations. During my time as a social services intern in a skilled nursing facility, I have witnessed how vulnerable residents can be affected by disruptions in care. Many of the residents I work with are older adults or living with disabilities as they rely on a calm, stable, and secure environment. I respectfully urge for your support. Mahalo.
Thank you very much. Okay, no one else having registered to testify. We have over 110 people all in support. Hawaii Health and Harm Reduction Center in support. Hawaii State Democratic Women's Caucus in support, YWCA of Kauai in support, Greta Colbus in opposition. Brett, please proceed. You have 1 minute.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Brett, Chair, Santa Bonaventura Committee members. My name is Brett Colbus. I'm testifying in strong opposition to SB 2845. I stand firmly by my written testimony submitted to this committee. As a 26-year veteran, I took an oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. That oath did not expire when I retired and continues to guide me today. SB 2845 is open broad today. Terms like interfere, disrupt the normal functioning, and unreasonably peace are very subjective and can easily be used to get peaceful praying, sign holding, or quiet conversations on public sidewalks. Bill chills lawful free speech and is unbalanced. It imposes mandatory jail and powerful civil penalties on some advocates while expressly exempting labor demonstrations and strikes, giving one favorite type of protest special protection and others that others do not have. I urge you to defer indefinitely SB 2845. Mahalo.
Thank you very much. Anybody else wishing to testify on SB 2845? Members, any questions? Okay, seeing none, moving on. SB 2854 relating to health. First up, Department of Health and Support.
I'll stand on testimony in support. Thank you.
Okay, next we have DCCA Hawaii Board of Dentistry in support.
Thank you, Chair. I don't understand what's written testimony, but I do want to clarify there's an error in testimony. It's supposed to say support of the measure because they have not met yet to establish a formal position. So they're just offering comments.
Comments. Okay, comments. Thank you very much. Next we have Aloha Care in support. Aloha Care, are you present on Zoom? Mike Wen.
Not present, Chair.
Okay, next we have University of Hawaii, Kelly Whitty in support. Okay, not present. Hawaii Oral Health Coalition, Hawaii Public Health Institute in support. Patrick Donnelly, are you present on Zoom?
Yes, President
Patrick?
Chair.
Okay, you have 1 minute.
Thank you very kindly. Aloha Chair, Vice Chair, and members of the committee. Patrick Donnelly with Hawaii Oral Health Coalition and Hawaii Public Health Institute. Stand on a written testimony and strong support, and thank you very much for the time.
Okay, thank you very much. Next, we have Kokua Kalihi Valley Comprehensive Family Services in support, Hawaii Dental Service in support, Hawaii Dental Hygienists Association support, Grassroots Institute of Hawaii in support, Hawaii Dental Association providing comments. Hawaii Dental Association, Melissa Pavlicek providing comments. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 9 other individuals, all in support and 1 in opposition. Anybody else wishing to testify on SB 2854 relating to health? Okay, moving on. Members, any questions? Okay, thank you. SB 2307. Okay, relating to healthcare. First up, we have Dr. Lewin in support.
Stand on a written testimony.
Thank you very much. Hawaii State Council on Mental Health in support. Department of Health providing comments. Department of Health.
Standard our comments supporting the intent. Thank you.
Thank you very much. DCCA Hawaii Medical Board in opposition. Hawaii Medical Association are you standing for?
Hawaii Medical Board stands on its written testimony and we oppose.
Providing comments, yeah. Excuse me, in opposition or comments?
Opposition.
In opposition. Oh, yes, that's right. And I see it. Young M. Wilson. Okay, Hawaii Medical Association providing comments. Dr. Ignacio. State Council on Mental Health in support. Aloha Care, Mike Wen. Are you present on Zoom, Mike?
Not present, Chair.
Anybody else wishing to testify on SB 2307? Okay, members, any questions? DCCA, which one?
The only one here, the medical board, guys.
Medical Board, come on up.
It'll be fast, Chair. I know you're like a big agenda. Just real fast question here. So if this bill to pass, would these active retired physicians be paying into the fee structure for that other physicians that are licensed pay into?
Well, the way bill is written, we don't have inactive or expired license status at this point. So nobody is actually qualified to get this license.
But if this were to pass, you would be able to have this kind of license, but would fees be assessed like it is to people who have licenses now?
That if what we mentioned in our testimony is all applied to amend the bill, then yes.
All right, thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay, I have a question, come on. So this bill basically allows for retirees, retired physicians to do volunteer work. And like the 988 board, when we did the warm line, they really could use a retired physician to volunteer there. You're saying that the reason you folks oppose is that there is no like volunteer license, right?
Correct.
So
And-
if we create this, then maybe your position might change?
Oh, that depending on the language.
On the language.
Yes. And then because when it says volunteer, it is a temporarily, but this license sounds like it make a volunteer license as a permanent license. So it's a monitoring that qualification for that volunteer license require same amount of the monitoring we have over the full license.
So if we, because it sounds like we have a super shortage of medical providers and we have this great need to have this expertise available. If the liability insurance of like Department of Health covers these volunteer physicians, shouldn't we allow them to be able to give their manao, their knowledge to help out, like in the warm lines, the 988 calls?
Well, Hawaii Medical Board always focusing on quality over quantities. So these retirees will reduce the CE requirement, and then there's no requirement we can check their
Okay. Yeah.
disciplinary action convictions. And on the other hand, this remote area, people can be easily taken advantage by
Okay.
this.
Thank you. Okay, any other questions? Okay, seeing none, moving on. SB 3202, relating to healthcare. First up, Department of Health in support. Thank you. Amy Chin, DCCA, Board of Nursing in support.
Yes, the Board of Nursing stands on its written testimony in support.
Laura Reichert, Hawaii State Center for Nursing in support. Hawaii Department of Taxation providing comments.
Robert Alvila on behalf of GoTax, based on our written testimony today.
Thank you. DCCA Hawaii Medical Board providing comments.
Yes.
Okay, University of Hawaii in support. Robin Arndt.
Yes, Chair. This is Robin Arndt, Coordinator of Field Education at UH Manoa. I stand in support of our testimony, and I am available for any questions.
Okay, thank you very much. Hawaii Pharmacists Association in support, Corey Sanders. She's left. Hawaii affiliate of College of Nurse Midwives. Is somebody here there for nurse midwives? Please identify yourself.
Aloha, Honorable Chair and Vice Chair. Mahalo for the opportunity to testify. My name is Margaret Reagan. I am the affiliate legislative contact for the American College of Nurse Midwives of Hawaii. We stand by our written testimony and requestfully request consideration of an addendum that we supplied today with suggested line amendments. It's within the late section. It's towards the end. And the reason why this is important is what we are asking is for the addition of the advanced midwifery practice credential. Other specialties have been included within this bill. Since last year, we've been advocating for the inclusion of midwives. Not only do midwives provide maternal care, they also act as primary care providers. And although currently there are no Masters of Science midwifery programs in Hawaii, advanced practice midwives serve in 24 locations across the state, 14 of which have active preceptor programs. Not only have...
Thank you very much. I have a 20 bill hearing, sorry. Next, we have Jonathan Ching, Kaiser Permanente in support. Are you
Aloha,
present?
Chair.
Jonathan Ching, please
We'll
proceed.
stand on our testimony in support.
Thank you. Hawaii Academy of Physicians Assistant, Leconda Conlon. Are you present, Leconda Conlon on Zoom?
Yes, Chair, I'm present.
Okay, you have 1 minute.
Thank you, Chair and Vice Chair. I am representing the Hawaii Academy of PAs. We stand under testimony, and I just want to add that the importance of the preceptor tax credit is to support the healthcare workforce development. To date, PAs have not been included in the preceptor tax credit, but we now have PA students from Hawaii attending Hawaii-based institutions for PA school. It's important to support these students so they can have clinical education experiences in Hawaii and stay in Hawaii. Also, adding PAs to the preceptor tax credit matches the growth and collaboration of advanced practice providers, which are both PAs and APRNs. We embrace this model that's being fostered and embraced across all of our healthcare organizations to ensure high-quality comprehensive care. Thank you for your time. We support all elements of the proposed changes to the preceptor tax credit.
Thank you very much. Hawaii Public Health Institute in support, Chris Cofield. Okay, not present. Waianae Coast Comprehensive Health Center, Ian Ross. Are you present on Zoom, Ian?
Not present, Chair.
Okay, Aloha Care, Mike Wen. Are you present on Zoom, Mike?
Not present either, Chair.
Okay, Healthcare Association of Hawaii and support, Hawaii Primary Care Association and support, Hawaii Substance Abuse Coalition and support, Hawaii Pacific Health and support, Hinamauka and support, Hawaii Medical Association and support, Healthy Mothers, Healthy Babies and support, Hawaii American Nurse Association and support, Tax Foundation Hawaii. Tom Yamachika, you're present on Zoom. Tom.
Aloha. Tom is not present. I'm Colleen with the Tax Foundation on his behalf, and he stands on his written testimony. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. J.C. Mikulanek of Queens Health Systems in support. Chaminade, University of Honolulu School of Nursing and Health Professions in support. Hawaii Association of Professional Nurses in support. Stacy Haumea, are you present, Stacy?
Not present, Chair.
Okay. Mickey Miura in support. Alan Novak in support. Excuse me. Okay. Tainesha Lai, is that you? You're the only other person who registered. Please proceed. You have 1 minute.
Thank you, Chair and Vice Chair. My name is Tanisha Lai, and I am a social work student at UH Manoa. While I do strongly support SB 3202 relating to healthcare, removing limited access to practice and primary care, there are some challenges addressed in Hawaii's health workforce, naming the critical shortage of high-demanding jobs, ultimately lacking the quality services, especially in neighbor islands. Students like myself have the perseverance to make the required hours with the amount of experience, but are limited to clinical education sites and opportunities. However, if this bill passes, this would benefit the next generation, especially in the Hawaii healthcare industry. Mahalo for your time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hawaii affiliate of the American College of Nurse Midwives in support, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 13 other individuals, all in support. Anybody else wishing to testify in SB 3202? Okay, come on up. Identify yourself.
Yasmin Cheney for the Commission on the Status of Women. We stand in support. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Anybody else wishing to testify in SB 3202? Okay, members, any questions? Okay, seeing none. SB 3272, relating to Child Welfare Service. Thea Hartsock, Office of Wellness and Resilience, in support.
I'll stand on our written testimony. Thank you.
Thank you very much. DHS, in support. Director Yamani, you present on Zoom?
Not present, Chair.
Thank you. Hawaii State Planning and Development Agency, Dr. Lewin, in support.
Chair, Vice Chair, yeah, we stand on our written testimony in support.
Thank you very much. Early Childhood Action Strategy in support. Hawaii Children's Action Network in support. High Hopes Initiative, Epic Ohana in support. Judith Clark, are you present on Zoom?
Not present, Chair.
Tilani Hankin, are you present on Zoom? Okay, please proceed. You have 1 minute.
Thank you, Chair and Vice Chair. My name is Tilani Hunkin. I'm a social work and public health student at UH Manoa. I believe that this pilot program will emphasize diversion and intervention for families and children at risk of involvement or re-involvement with the child welfare system. Families continue to come into contact with the child welfare system due to unmet basic needs. I believe this program will help families meet those needs through support and services. Social work and public health research shows that early intervention leads to better outcomes for our children and reduces children's involvement with the child welfare system. In summary, this bill offers stability and well-being to our community. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you very much. Next, we have Julia Ricky in support, Karen Worthington support, Christy Kikoa in support. Anybody else wishing to testify on SB 3272? Seeing none, moving on. SB 3204, relating to Family Resilience Pilot Project Program. Director Yamane, DHS in support. Are you present?
Yes, we are. We stand on the written testimony in support of the intent and offer comments.
Okay, thank you very much. Tia Hartock, Office of Wellness and Resilience in support.
Yeah, we'll stand on our testimony. Thank you, Chair. Vice Chair.
Thank you. Dr. Lewin, State Health Planning and Development Agency in support.
Chair, Vice Chair, stand on our support, our testimony. Thank you.
Thank you. Hawaii Youth Services Network in support. Judith Clark, are you present on Zoom?
Not present, Chair.
Okay, Early Childhood Action Strategy in support. Catholic Charities in support. Shelley Nassar of Catholic Charities support. Hawaii Children's Action Network support. High Hopes Initiative, Epic Ohana in support. Marieva Nopuete in support. Stephanie Kiokolole in support. Anybody else wishing to testify on SB 3204? Members, any questions? Seeing none, thank you very much. SB 2934, first up, we have relating to ambulances. I see Garrett Hall there, yeah. State Health Planning and Development Agency in support.
In support, Chair. Vice Chair.
Thank you. Department of Health in support.
In support, stand on our written testimony.
Thank you. AMR Maui in support. AMR Response in support. AMR support. And various Hawaii County Paramedic in support. Maui County EMS in support. And over 20 individuals all in support, nobody in opposition. Anybody else wishing to testify on SB 2934? Members, any questions? Okay, good bill
Great
for
bill.
Maui.
Fantastic.
Okay. That's my vice chair's bill. So moving on. I really want to thank you folks for being so efficient. Okay. Next up, SB 3203, American Medical Services. Department of Health in support. Garrett Hall?
Stand on our written testimony in support.
Thank you very much. SHPTA in support.
Stand on our written testimony in support.
Thank you very much. Aloha Care in support. Mike Wen, are you present on Zoom?
Not present, Chair.
Hawaii Medical Association in support. And we have 4 other individuals all in support, nobody in opposition. Anybody else wishing to testify on SB 3203? Okay, seeing none, moving on. SB 2803, relating to homelessness. First up, Department of Human Services, providing comments.
Providing comments.
Okay, thank you, Director. State Office of Homelessness and Housing Solution, providing comments. Please identify yourself, Emma.
Thank you, Chair, Vice Chair, members of the committee. Emma Grahusky here on behalf of the Statewide Office on Homelessness and Housing Solutions. We stand on our written testimony. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Rainbow Family 808 in support. Michael Galoya Sr. in support. City and County of Honolulu in support. Anton Cookie, I don't see him here.
Edward LaFont, Deputy Director, Department of Community Services, stand in our big testimony in strong support.
Thank you very much. Okay, we have Leishane Enriquez in support. Garrison Gamil in support. Anybody else wishing to testify on SB 2803? Members, any questions? Seeing none, moving on. SB 3254, relating to the state budget. First up, Climate Change Mitigation Adaptation Commission in support. Mike Wen, Aloha Care in support. Hana Health in support.
He's outside.
Okay, have him come on in. But I'll just go keep, Mike. Collective Energy on behalf of, Mike Wen, are you in support relating to the state budget, Primary Care Association? Thank you very much. Okay, Collective Energy on behalf of Hawaii Primary Care Association providing comments. Please proceed.
Hi, Eric Abe, Public Affairs and Policy Director for the Hawaii Primary Care Association. The HPCA supports this bill and offers a friendly amendment for your consideration. With me is Cindy Kahn from Collective Energy to answer any technical questions you may have on this project. This project is vital for the financial stability of participating FQHCs. The enactment of the One Big Beautiful Act has fundamentally changed our Medicaid system, We anticipate that in the worst-case scenario, Hawaii's uninsured population will at least double within the next 3 years. Most of the new uninsured will be former Medicaid enrollees who will lose their coverage. FQHCs are required by law to provide services to all patients regardless of their ability to pay. For the uninsured, federal law prescribes a sliding fee schedule we can charge based on a patient's income. Most of the time, the amount received does not cover the cost of the services provided. When there is no insurance reimbursement, the FQHC must rely on their operational funds to offset the losses. Under the worst-case scenario, if availability and level of services are kept to what we provide today, FQHCs will have less than 3 months of resources before we'd have to
I
shut
think your
down.
1 minute is up there. Thank you very much. I need my decision-making notes for this one.
We'll be happy to answer any
Yes,
questions.
I see that, and I see your proposed amendment.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you very much. Beverly Harbin in support and Collective Energy on behalf of, well, that's you folks. Anybody else? And Waimanalo Health Center in support. Anybody else wishing to testify on SB 3254? Okay, members, any questions?
Quick question of collective,
The Primary Care
primary care.
Association. Okay.
This looks like a grant and aid. Shouldn't you guys be putting in for a grant and aid application instead of doing it through a bill?
We did.
You did, okay.
We have 2 applications.
I'm a little concerned because I think to pass a bill for an application that's competing against other worthy applications could set up a bad precedent. So I appreciate the goal of it, but I'm just concerned about the methodology. So, okay. Thank you, guys. Appreciate the clarification.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Anybody else wishing to testify on SB 3254? Members, any questions? Okay, moving on. I believe SB 2804. First up, we have relating to commerce. First up, Insurance Division providing comments. HMSA providing comments.
Walden, on behalf of HMSA,
Yes.
we stand on our written testimony offering comments. HMSA appreciates and shares the legislature's commitment to maintaining a healthcare system where consumers benefit from choice, access, and innovation. However, we believe that regulating market outcomes such as access levels or insurance rates may unintentionally hinder, not strengthen, competition. There are broad examples throughout the healthcare industry where this type of regulation could prove to have unintentional consequences or even prove to be challenging to quantify. Hawaii's existing antitrust laws are already robust and give regulators flexibility to consider all factors in deciding when conduct is anti-competitive. It should be noted that current statute intentionally tracks nearly verbatim its federal analog, and the stated intention of the chapter is to be interpreted consistent with federal antitrust law. As written, the measure could potentially deprive regulators of that flexibility to weigh all relevant circumstances and impair rather than protect the competitive marketplace. We appreciate the opportunity to provide this testimony. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anybody else wishing to testify on SB 2804? Walden, stick around. I have questions. Walden, come on back up.
This is vertical integrated health.
That's exactly.
Exactly, fantastic.
Okay, so this bill basically codifies what was stated at the informational briefing
Yes.
prior, right? Which is that everyone's concerns about you folks' vertical integration does not increase premiums. Why are folks opposing something where basically it was laid out to us that your cost will actually lessen, which means premiums should not increase if your costs have lessened?
I think when we look at the discussion of premiums increasing, I mean, just year over year, right, whether it be through inflation or other expenses, premiums may go up. I think the hope of this would be to slow down the increase rate if there could be cost savings eventually, but I can't imagine that it would go down.
Okay, well, that was the way it was presented to us, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any other questions? No. Okay, moving on. SB 3246, relating to hospital discharge data. Dr. Lewin, in support.
Good afternoon, Chair, Vice Chair. I do need to, this is a bill that's a little bit complex, so I just want to make a few comments. We didn't author the bill. We find it interesting, strongly support the intent of having hospital discharge and ED data, which would be useful in a lot of ways, particularly for the AHEAD grant, also for helping neighbor islands keep care on the neighbor islands through some of this data and some of the work out there. We want to point out that we soon will have a really functioning APCD, which will provide similar, very close to that same data. We don't have it for all of the state right now. We're missing it for Medicare Advantage. We haven't ingested that data, and we haven't gotten a lot of the commercial data. We have the EUTF. So this would give us some additional data that we might not have for a few years. I want to point out, though, that, and so there'd be some appropriation need to obtain the data. I point out that the Healthcare Association of Hawaii already collects this data in an excellent fashion. It's called LALIMA. So possibly, I mean, I think the thing offline between this and the next committee is to figure out whether we can, that is the best way to acquire the data.
The LALIMA.
And if not, then we can keep the bill alive and look for a way to fund
Thank you
the service.
very much.
Thank you.
Okay, next up, we have Office of Information Practices providing comment. Navian Hawai'i in support. Navian, Richard Duser. I see Hilton Bethel of Healthcare Association of Hawaii providing comments. Please proceed. You have 1 minute, Hilton.
We'll stand on our comments with concerns. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next, we have Robert Pickering in support. Robert Pickering.
Yes, I stand on my testimony, Bill 3246, with one correction. I'm not the CEO, I'm the owner.
Okay, thank you very much.
Somebody else does all the work.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, anybody else wishing to testify on SB 3246?
Sure.
Yes, come on up.
Warren Kim, Department of Health. The department did not submit written testimony. That was a deliberate decision I made before I realized that if enacted, this would apply to the Hawaii State Hospital. So we respectfully ask this committee to entertain exempting the Hawaii State Hospital, which is largely generally funded and which submits annual reports to the legislature about admits and discharge activity. It is a licensed hospital, but it's the odd duck, and it really has a very specific purpose. And this would be an extra task for an entity that's overburdened with patient care. So we ask that you entertain that friendly amendment to exempt HSH. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anybody else wishing to testify on SB 3246? Members, any questions? Okay, moving on. SB 2288, relating to mental illness. First up, we have Department Attorney General in opposition.
Hi, good afternoon, Chair. Ian Su, Department of the Attorney General, proposes bill for the reasons stated in my testimony.
Yep, Judiciary in opposition.
Good afternoon, Chair, Vice Chair. My name is Jennifer Wong. I'm staff attorney for the criminal divisions as well as the Judiciary Administration. We'll stand on our written testimony in opposition, but I'll be available for any questions.
Thank you very much. Angie Knight, IHS in support.
Please stand on our written testimony.
Thank you very much. Hawaii Substance Abuse Coalition in support. Tina Mauka in support. Waikiki Neighborhood Board in support. Hawaii Disability Rights Center providing comments.
Thank you. Senator, I've been trying to see if I can like this bill, but it's not easy. I gotta tell you, because
Nobody seems to
like it. Oh no, trust me, I'm thrilled to see the AG and the judiciary opposed to it. No, and I've talked with Angie before. I get what you're trying to do. The fitness to proceed paradox is legit and should be addressed, but they can't just automatically subject somebody to a court order. And this bill is so broad, it defines committing a crime. It defines being dangerous as the commission of any crime, which is nonsense. And then it also defines imminently dangerous as you might become imminently dangerous, which is already defined in the law as you might decompensate in 45 days. So this is you might do something. You can't do that. If you want to do something, what I would do is screen these people. If somebody's found not fit, screen them for an act order. You can say that in 3 pages instead of 88 pages that deletes half the chapter 334 and is a messy, ugly bill. So that's my advice.
Okay, thank you very much. Next, Habitat Inc. providing comments. Hawaii Psychological Association in opposition. Mike Goodman in support. Mike Goodman, please proceed.
Yes, I'm the guy that authored the original draft of the bill and did all the
underlying legal research.
Okay, I was
Okay.
wondering how I drafted
All
this.
right.
Okay, go
There are
ahead.
a lot of misunderstandings.
Okay,
First
please
of all,
proceed.
it does not subject somebody who commits any crime to involuntary psychiatric care. What it does is it allows courts to take into account habitual petty offenders who are almost exclusively, when we're talking about severely mentally ill people, chronically homeless individuals with severe mental illness. Some of them have 100 or more. Some of them have 200 and more convictions on their record. And right now, what it allows it to do by changing the definitions of imminently dangerous, which is supported by the Supreme Court decision in Jones versus the United States, which is your inability to not, let me put it this way very quickly because I have only 10 seconds.
Yeah.
There is no constitutional right to refuse medication for a condition that makes it impossible for you to live without committing crimes.
Okay.
And that's the basis of it.
Thank you very much. Okay, next we have John Dutzman in support, Kendrick Farm in support, James Lindblad in support, Jim Gottston in opposition, Hawaii State Department of Health providing comments. Okay, William, okay, providing comments?
Yeah, we just wanted to point out that there's an advisory committee on the penal code review that had, we're a member of it. We just submitted a report, I believe, at the end of the year.
Okay, thank you. And that's Dr. Courtney Matsu from Department of Health. Okay, Office of the Public Defender, I see you in opposition.
Thank you, Chair, Vice Chair, and members of the committee. Very quickly, the criminal justice system is not the best place to try to help people that have mental health issues. Section 704 already allows us to deal with those individuals who come into the criminal justice system, but to use that as a method by which to try to treat everybody and help everybody is not the best way to do it. I don't know the answer to the problem, but mixing the two does not work. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Queen's Health System providing comments, JC. In opposition, Josh Frost, ACLU Hawaii. Okay, Georgette Yandel providing comments. Anybody else wishing to testify on SB 2288? Members, any questions?
Quick question, DRC? Yes. You heard the, I guess, the author's rationale or explanation for the bill. I just want you to respond to the comments that were made. Just so I can
Well,
understand.
I mean, I haven't read that Supreme Court case, and you know, I mean, there's a lot of case law on involuntary medication. I agree that the problem is real. Certainly, if somebody is serially released because they're not fit to proceed, and you want to get a handle, that's why I suggested that maybe just provide that if somebody's not fit, you screen them for an act order then, but you cannot just go straight from you're not fit to proceed to automatically you're subject to a court order without making sure that they fit the criteria under the existing law to be involuntarily medicated. So I mean, if somebody meets the criteria for an act order or a civil commitment, so be it. Then you can proceed. But you cannot presume just because somebody is found unfit that they're going to meet those criteria. So my suggestion, if you want to do something, is and screen them, provided they automatically get screened, and then if they meet the criteria, you can go forward.
They do get screened.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm gonna have Mr. Goodman come in, and he's chomping at the bit to respond. Come on out.
It does not automatically subject people to a mental health order. What happens now is when somebody's found unfit to proceed, and under the current definitions, they're found also not imminently dangerous to others, they are automatically released back to the streets where they commit a crime again, found unfit to proceed over and over and over again. What this does is it mandates that the court continue the proceedings as a civil proceeding under Chapter 334. Okay. So I believe that most of the opposition is based on misunderstandings of the working mechanisms of this bill.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your passion. Anybody else wishing to testify on SB 2288? And you know, I understand. Okay, that's the reason I signed on to this, but. There are huge issues, but we'll talk about that later on. Okay, next up, SB 3077, relating to healthcare. First up, we have Deputy AG in support.
Good afternoon, Chair,
provide written testimony in support of bill updates and updates with a modified version of the Uniform Health Care Decisions Act. I'm available for any questions. Thank you for.
Thank you. Next, we have our State Council on Developmental Disabilities in support.
Yeah, we stand on testimony in support because they put in our supported decision making.
Thank you. Okay, next, we have Hawaii State Department of Health in support.
Aloha Chair, Vice Chair, members of the committee, Kevin Kamisada, Department of Health. We stand on a written testimony.
Thank you very much. Next, we have Louis Urchik in opposition. Come on up.
Yes. Thank you, Senator. We had a lot of discussion last year about this Ulysses Clause, and I think at the time the Attorney General said it's already in the current law, and I said, well, I'm not sure it is. If you look at the justification sheet submitted, because this is an administration bill, it particularly highlights that, well, now we can do a Ulysses Clause because of this bill. So I think it supports my argument that the current law is kind of fuzzy, and we still don't like the Ulysses Clause. So that's the main basis. But beyond that, I attended a meeting that Kakua Mau convened, and we listened to some national testimony. This is modeled after a uniform law that apparently has only been adopted in 2 states. There's a lot. The current law is not particularly broken. I'm not so sure why we need this bill. I'm not really sure what it accomplishes over the current law. And there's a lot of lack of clarity. I think if you're going to move forward, it would make more sense to convene a work group to kind of go through it. It's an administration bill that didn't have a lot of stakeholder input when it was created. I think that's what's missing.
Thank you very much, Louis. Okay, next up, Paige Choi, Healthcare Association of Hawaii, providing comments. Paige, oh, you're not on Zoom.
I'm not on Zoom. I apologize.
You registered for Zoom.
I did. Thank you, and thank you for letting me present in person. I was able to make it. Just thank you very much for hearing this bill, for looking at our amendments. As a lot of the testifiers have noted, this is a big change in terms of how advanced healthcare directives will be done, how decision is done at the clinical level. We've come up with some pretty extensive amendments that we think are needed for this to work on the ground if it does pass. But we also think that the most important thing is a delayed effective date and this working group. We have a lot of members from our question, or a lot of questions from members about how this would be implemented. So at the very least, delayed implementation date in the working group would be needed. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Kukua Mau providing comments. Jeanette Kojani.
Aloha Chair, Vice Chair, members of the committee. My name's Jeanette Kojane. I'm the executive, it's okay, it confuses everyone. My name's Jeanette Kojane, and I serve as the executive director of Kukua Mau, which is a position I've held for more than 16 years. I stand on my written testimony, but we have real concerns about this bill that would make substantive changes to how decisions are made for some of the most vulnerable in our society, people who are too sick to speak for themselves. It interjects confusion into a system which is working well, and unfortunately, these changes are being proposed without substantive consultation with those of us who work directly with patients, their families, and the professionals that care for them. One of our core roles at Kukua Mau is educating professionals and the public on advanced directives and advanced care planning, and we have educated thousands of people over the last 25 years. Should this legislation proceed, we are more than happy to work with our colleagues on changes.
Thank you very much. Next, Kaiser Permanente, Jonathan Ching on Zoom. Please proceed. You have 1 minute.
Chair, Vice Chair, we'll stand on our written testimony offering comment and also requesting the amendments presented by the Healthcare Association to be adopted by the committee.
Thank you very much. Hawaii Family Forum in opposition. Hawaii Care Choices in opposition. Linda Axel Thomas providing comments. Marilyn Seeley in opposition. Mark Gantley, Catholic Diocese of Honolulu in opposition. Barbara Yamashita in opposition. Tricia Yamashita, Kauai Hospice Inc. in opposition. Emma Grote in opposition. I see Malia Espinda back there. Are you in opposition? Anybody else? You're it. Yeah, come on up. You have 1 minute.
Okay, I'll do it quickly. In July, Malia spent on my own right in my own capacity as a citizen of Hawaii. In July of, I'm going to start crying. In July of 2024, my mother got really sick with a plasma cell leukemia. Within a month, she was needing palliative care in hospice. The way this community helped me help my mother to her death, including with medical aid and dying, meant that I was part of that community and understand that they are an array of service. They are the end part, but they are part of the services that are provided. When it came to our attention collectively that they had missed this bill, we all struggled to help and figure out what to do. I did my best to try to help the situation. It was Rep. Tarnas who wanted the bill recommitted. It happened, and with the idea that they would have the time to better understand the language of that bill. I'm proud of them to come forward today and speak truth to power. There's perils to that. They're here today asking for more time.
Thank you very much. Okay, anybody else wishing to testify on SB 3077? Members, any questions?
I'd like to testify.
Moving on. Okay, SB
Excuse me, Chair,
33.
someone would like to testify on Zoom.
Somebody wants to testify on Zoom?
Yes, Chair.
Okay, please
Yes.
proceed. You have 1 minute.
Yes, my name is Marilyn Seeley. I am a member of Kokuamau. I've been through the process of getting the Uniform Healthcare Decision Act passed when I was asked to by Governor Cayetano.
Could you turn on your video? We cannot see you.
It won't turn on, I'm sorry.
Okay.
The host has asked me to, but it just simply won't do it. I don't know why.
Okay, please
Anyway,
proceed.
I'm very sorry. I was asked to honcho the development of the Uniform Healthcare Decision Act, the prelude to it under Governor Cayetano's direction when I was the director of the Executive Office on Aging. And it was an enormous process, a 2-year process with public hearings and great numbers of people debating the issue because it's that type of issue. It cannot be one profession. It has to be extremely broad. And we had a huge report in 3 years to finally get to the Uniform Healthcare Decision Act, an 11-page act that has been working ever since. And to go to a 77-page bill that combines them.
Thank you very much, Marilyn. Thank you very much. Anybody else wishing to testify on SB 3077? Members, any questions? Okay, seeing none, moving on. SB 3302. Relating to homemade food products. First up, Department of Health providing comments.
Good afternoon, Chair. The only thing we have to comment on this bill is that we really need
to identify yourself, although we know who you are.
My name is Peter Oshiro. I'm the program manager for the Department of Health's Food Safety Branch, here to give the testimony on behalf of the Director of Health. The only comment we have on this is we like to throw the literal kitchen sink at this bill, meaning that we just like to have add to the definition of farm kitchen that it contains a sink, a kitchen sink. And that's it. We have no objection. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Brian Miyamoto, Hawaii Farm Bureau in support. Lauren Zerbel, Hawaii Food Industry Association in support. Lauren, are you present on Zoom?
Not present, Chair.
Okay. Brian Foster in support. Megan Forbes, Institute for Justice in support. Pamela Tumpak, Maui Chamber of Commerce in support, Hawaii Farmers Union in support. Anybody else wishing to testify on SB 3302? Members, any questions? Okay, can we proceed with decision making?
John, I have a question for you.
Okay, we're gonna do a recess for decision making. Recalling the 1 p.m. February 13th calendar for decision-making for SB 2283 relating to prescription drugs. Chair's recommendation at this time is to defer it. That still needs a lot more work. For 2855 relating to opioid antagonists, I understand the need for it. However, it does need a sunrise analysis. So we're going to defer that pending a sunrise analysis. Next up, SB 3045, Chair's recommendation is to, since the sunrise analysis will be coming out hopefully before session ends, we are gonna pass this with a defective date and hopefully get the sunrise analysis before end of session. And technical non-substantive amendments needed for clarity and consistency. So pass with amendments. So January 30, 2050, the effective date. Any comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none, Vice Chair for the vote. Chair
Okay,
votes aye.
3045, recommendation, Senate Draft 1, noting the presence of all members in the committee. Any WRs or no? Seeing none, recommendations adopted.
So for SB 2843, Chair's recommendation is to pass it as is. Any comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none, Vice Chair for the vote.
Okay, recommendation 2843 is as is, noting the presence of all members of the committee. Any WRs or no? Seeing none, recommendation has been adopted.
So for SB 2845, we're going to pass this with amendments. We're going to accept Attorney General's proposed amendments, replacing some certain subsections pursuant to their testimony. Any comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none, Vice Chair for the vote. Pass with amendments.
Okay, recommendation 2845 is Senate Draft 1, noting the presence of all members. Any WRs or no's? Seeing none.
Reservations.
Oh, you got reservations over here. Okay, so we do have a WR. Anybody else? 321, recommendation is adopted.
So for SB 2854, Chair's recommendation is to pass it as is. Any comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none, Vice Chair for the vote.
Okay, 2054, as is recommendation, noting the presence of all members. Any WRs or no's?
Reservations.
Reservations, I'm sorry, over here. Hold on, this is interrupting the flow. Okay, recommendation has been adopted.
So for SB 2307, although the intent is well-founded, Hawaii Medical Board you need to work with Hawaii Medical Board regarding the voluntary licenses, okay? That way we could ensure that we have enough consumer protection. So for that matter, it's not ready for prime time, so we're deferring it until you folks fix it. Okay, for SB 3202, Chair's recommendation is to pass it as is. Any comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none, Vice Chair for the vote.
Okay, recommendation 3202 is as is, noting the presence of all members of the committee. Are there any WRs or no's? Seeing none, recommendation has been adopted.
So for SB 3272 and for SB 3204, I want to thank everyone who helped me try to get the Office of Wellness and Resiliency funded for these projects that we couldn't fund last session, that the Malama Ohana Working Group has been working on. So thank you, folks, so that we could have some progress towards child welfare. So for SB 3272, Chair's recommendation to pass as is.
Okay, recommendation 3272 is as is, noting all members present. Any WRs or no's? Seeing none, recommendation has been adopted.
Same thing with SB 3204, Chair's recommendation is to pass as is.
Okay, 3204, recommendation is pass on amendment, noting the presence of all members. Any WRs or no? Seeing none, rear recommendation has been adopted.
So for SB 2934 relating to ambulances, Chair's recommendation is to pass with Department of Health's proposed amendment to focus on the 911 EMS ground ambulance for Central Maui. Any comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none, pass with amendments.
Okay, recommendation 2934 is a Senate Draft 1, noting the presence of all members. Any WRs or no's? Seeing none, recommendation has been adopted.
So for SB 3203, Chair's recommendation is to pass it as is. Any comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none, Vice Chair for the vote.
All right, 3203, recommendation is as is, noting the presence of all members. Any WRs or no's? Seeing none, recommendation has been adopted.
For SB 2803, Chair's recommendation is to pass as is. Any comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none, Vice Chair for the vote.
Okay, 2803?
2803.
Yep, sorry about that. 2803, recommendation is as is, noting the presence of all members. Any WRs or no's? Seeing none, recommendation has been adopted.
So for SB 3254, the introducer has informed me he has found funding for this. So
Great.
We are going to pass this with HPCA's proposed amendment. We're also going to add a defective date to make sure that the introducer follows through with such funding of January 30th, 2050. And any comments, questions, concerns, pass with amendments.
Okay, recommendation 3254 is a Senate Draft 1, noting the presence of all members on the committee. Any WRs or no's? Seeing none, recommendation has been adopted.
For SB 2804, we are very concerned about the unknown regarding the vertical integration. And for those reasons, we are going to pass this with a defective date of January 30th, 2050. I understand that there are more work to be done on the bill. And for those reasons, pass with a defective date, pass with amendments. Any
Okay, I
comments, questions,
appreciate you moving this
concerns?
forward, Chair. Other states have taken similar actions, so we are not an outlier in this. So noting that, 2804, Senate Draft 1, noting all members' presence, any WRs or noes, seeing none, recommendation has been adopted.
So for SB 3246, we're going to pass this with amendments. We're going to accept OIP's proposed amendment. We're also going to exempt Hawaii State Hospital. A technical non-substantive amendments need for clarity and consistency, and a defective date of January 30th, 2050. Any comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none, Vice Chair for the vote.
Okay, 3246, recommendation Senate Draft 1, noting the presence of all members, any WRs or noes, seeing none, recommendation has been adopted.
Okay, for SB 2288, we need to defer this. There's a number of bills, including one that we're going to do a DM on at the last hearing. The concerns by the proponent is well established. We know the problems, okay? But this needs work, and you will see from the prior DM in another case, in another bill, that the senior advisor to the governor has another proposed solution. So everyone has proposed solutions, and nobody seems to like this one, sorry. But it needs work, okay? We like the intent. But, so at this time, we're gonna defer it. It needs work. Thank you. So for SB 3077, relating to healthcare. So we passed this bill previously, last session, and that's why I noted Espinda here, because she talked us into recommitting it. However, there has been progress. The supported decision-making amendments are in here. And we are going to be passing this with an amendment. We are going to accept Healthcare Association of Hawaii's amendments. We're going to note that there's a date discrepancy on page 49, lines 5, 13, 14, 18, 20, and page 50, line 5. Technical and non-substantive amendments need for clarity, consistency. We're also going to defect this date to January 30th, 2050. That way we don't need to recommit in case the problems aren't fixed. This is an administration bill, so pass with substantial amendments. Any comments, questions, concerns?
Appreciate you, however, I do have concerns. I'll be going WR.
That's fine.
Thanks.
Any other comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none, Vice Chair for the vote.
Okay, recommendation 3077 is the Senate Draft 1, noting the presence of all members of the committee and the reservations of the Vice Chair. Anybody else?
Reservations.
And Senator Favela. Anybody else? Going once, twice, sold. If not, recommendation has been adopted.
So for SB 3302, I understand Department of Health's claim that there is no definition for farm kitchen, but I read the bill. It did refer to a farm kitchen as being a home kitchen. So I'm going to be passing this with technical non-substantive amendments need for clarity and consistency. Any comments, questions, concerns?
Okay.
Seeing none, Vice Chair for the vote.
All right, recommendation 3302 is the Senate Draft 1, knowing the presence of all members of the committee. Any WRs? No. Seeing none, recommendation has been adopted.
So do I need to?
Yeah, give me 1 second for my vote sheets here. Hold on.
The next one.
Do I need to adjourn the 1 o'clock hearing and recall the 1 p.m. calendar from yesterday for decision making? Okay, so recalling the 1 p.m. calendar for decision making from yesterday, SB 2275. Chair's recommendation at this time, I mean, I was the author of the Medicaid buy-in program, but I really want to see what the DHS's Ticket to Work program works, because that sounds a lot better than this bill. So we're going to defer this. In case that doesn't work, we are going to reintroduce it. So defer SB 2275. As far as SB 2390, we are also going to defer that pending a sunrise analysis with concurrent resolution for coverage of the biomarker testing. We want to see whether or not referring to it as a non-medically necessary but clinically appropriate is sufficient to allow for medical coverage. And I understand that a number of states have allowed for biomarker testing specifically only for cancer patients. So beyond medical necessity. So with that, we're gonna defer this pending sunrise analysis. Okay, for SB 2540 relating to youth penalties, we are going to pass this with amendments, change the effective date to July 1, 2027. Any comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none, Vice Chair for the vote.
Okay, recommendation 2540 is the Senate Draft 1. During the presence of all members of the committee, any WRs or noes? Seeing none, recommendation has been adopted.
So for SB 3142, this is another one of those bills that I referred, that Mr. Goodman was referring to, that I was referring to Mr. Goodman. It needs substantial work. I agree with the intent. However, I have problems with the fact that we don't have enough facilities open to accept these dangerously intoxicated people. And for that, we're gonna give a super long runway of 10 years. Okay, in the event that State Hospital is able to come up with a plan to release more patients, have more ability, and with that, and Dr. Miskovic is able to open up more supportive housing, then we'll see whether or not we can reduce that 10-year runway. But right now, it's passed with amendments, effective date 10 years from enactment. Any comments, questions, concerns?
So it'd be a clean date?
The effective date of
Effective
January 30, 2050.
Got it, okay.
Thank you.
Okay, noting the effective date for concerns, 3142 is Senate Draft 1. Any WRs or noes? Seeing none, Chair, your recommendation has been adopted.
So for SB 2414, Chair's recommendation is to pass it as is. Any comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none, Vice Chair for the vote.
Okay, 2414, recommendation is as is, noting the presence of all members of the committee. Any WRs or noes? Seeing none, recommendation has been adopted.
So for SB 2340, Chair's recommendation is to pass this with DHS's proposed amendment and an effective date of January 30, 2050. Any comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none, Vice Chair for the vote.
Okay, 2340, recommendation Senate Draft 1, noting the presence of all members of the committee. Any WRs or noes? Seeing none, recommendation has been adopted.
Okay, Chair's recommendation for SB 2848, since we already got, Chair's recommendation is to pass this with Department of Human Services proposed amendment, AG's proposed amendment, and DOTAX's proposed amendment. We're gonna remove the sunset date, and we're gonna defect date it of January 30th, 2050. Any comments, questions, concerns? Passed with amendments.
Okay, recommendation 2848, Senate Draft 1, noting the presence of all members of the committee. Any WRs or noes? Seeing none, recommendation has been adopted, Chair.
And we are adjourned.